So I was observing at Cooper Middle School. It is a 6th through 8th grade IB school. My observation took place in a 6th grade math class, and I was there observing for about 46 hours. So when you first walk into the school, the environment seems pretty safe. There's always a cop patrolling the area, and he is the one that crosses the students before and after school. When it comes to the technology, I noticed that the students do have the proper equipment. They have a classroom set of laptops. The only problem is that the teachers have to reserve these classroom sets about a week in advance because they only have about 10 cages. And these laptops are mainly used for testing or any activity, especially in math class when they have a design class. They get to do research before creating their design. When using their laptops, these students have to check out the laptop because there was a lot of damages done to the laptops. So in order to prevent that, they decided to assign each laptop to a student so that there would be consequences if the laptop was damaged. Overall, the students had high expectations. Their rules were not posted inside the classroom, but they were expected to follow them. The only problem that I noticed was normally during second period. Her second period class was always misbehaving, and I believe this is because most of her students there are in a sport, and I noticed that they have way more energy than the rest of her classes. And this became a problem towards the end because they weren't listening and they were misbehaving. However, they do have a lot of expectations, like I said, expectations for the students. So she would bring in Mr. Lopez, who is one of the counselors there, to talk to them and tell them that the consequences are if they kept misbehaving. But overall, the students were very respectful to her. They did admire her a lot. I noticed that a lot, and this created a friendly and family environment inside the classroom. During my time there, I noticed that Ms. Almaraz's classroom was more student-centered. She arranged the desks to be facing each other so that they would have a lot of individual and group time. When it came to participating, she would normally call on random students. This helped students keep engaged because she would mostly call and pick on students that weren't paying attention. When she was solving a problem, she would ask certain students for the answer. She wouldn't give them the answer. She really wanted the students to work hard and understand the math problem instead of her giving out the answers. Overall, she was a really good teacher. She had a really good student to teacher relationship. She wanted to be friendly and nice to all the students, and I noticed that a lot of students would go back to her and tell her problems. Even the 8th graders sometimes would walk by her classrooms telling her how much they missed her. Overall, I had a great experience observing during the 46-hour period. I enjoyed being able to work with 6th graders and especially being able to work with an amazing teacher, Ms. Almaraz. She really helped me and gave me all the details about being a teacher. When she had meetings, she would come back and explain to me what those meetings were about and the purpose of them. When she had to do certain activities like scholar meetings or topics about bullying, she would tell me how she would normally set up her classroom and give me some details about being a teacher. This was really helpful because then it gave me an idea of what I should expect as a future teacher.